What's up, y'all? Another absolute beautiful day in Washington, D.C. Y'all see the flag behind me? See that? That's a black man. This is a man who loves America. Beautiful country, man. Thank you, sir. Beautiful country. Y'all see that? That's a black man sitting there. His guitar is made of the American flag. He has a flag. He's showing respect and gratitude for his country. He's showing respect and gratitude for his country. Once again, I'm in Washington, D.C. As you can see, the water is on, the water is flowing. Thanks to President Trump for bringing the city back to what it should be. We just had Independence Day, and you saw that. That's the type of stuff you want to see, man. People that have respect for their country. They try to make black people think that America is not your country. Nah, man, a lot of black people fought for this country and died in wars for this country. And a lot of black people are serving this country in the military. When you walk around the streets and you see the National Guards here, they're of different race, different color, Oriental. I mean, it's so diverse. This country is so diverse. It's absolutely amazing, man.
Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate you all pulling up today. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. This brother's absolutely right, man. I know so many people that are veterans that are highly melanated, especially in the area where I live at now, and especially in the area where I came from. So many. And it's almost like we're magnets because we do run into each other. It's crazy. So maybe it's just because I am part of the 8% of people that have served this nation. We just happen to, I guess, kind of hang out in the same circles and be around the same type of places. And maybe a lot of that has to do with the fact that we have the same mindset. But the double standard that we're seeing here in the United States of America from some people, some, not all, just a subset of people, it's really ridiculous and it's really sad. We're going to get into it today. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel.
Are you proud to be an American, sir? Are you proud to be an American?
Yes, I am proud to be an American.
Can you tell me why?
God bless America.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You support our president?
No.
Wait, why?
I do not support Trump.
But why?
He's a Donald Trump.
Are there any policies like?
Now I don't understand why people feel like, you know, they got the scream and got the cover the mic. Like, that's not how you go about doing things. But let me let this thing keep going.
Any policies you don't like? Policies?
I don't know nothing about the policies.
You just don't like them.
Yeah, I don't.
All right.
I Trump, but I with them all because it's like you gonna stand up for something or you gonna fall for anything. That stand up for something, he laying shit down, laying law. Let that man lay that law. And you gonna fall for it or you gonna go for it. Don't go for it.
Yeah.
Have your own voice. That's just like people just voting because of this and that. Go read. Go and read. Go find a
Lower
reason.
the price of Trump. Lower the price. The gas is too high.
Go and find a reason why you don't like it.
Yeah, like he.
Go find a reason.
I agree. Well, because when he says he's gonna do something, he does it.
He do it.
Nah,
He does do it, right?
all right, 25% of the time he do.
Yeah, 25%.
But that don't make me hate him. I like to stand up with it. He said some bullshit. He stood up for it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Don't say no bullshit. Don't stand up for it.
Yeah.
He'll a stand up guy. I give him that.
All right.
He's a stand up guy. I give him that though.
All right.
He made himself look foolish. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because the last thing you want to be is on the internet, you know, as, you know, for some folks, you know, because they are so concerned with validation from other people out there, opposed to just standing on what they believe in. You know, shout out to the brother with the dreads who just let it be known, like, hey, man, I rocks with Trump. You know what I'm saying? I would assume that he supported and voted for the brother. I do appreciate this man saying that, you know, he appreciates his country. I can appreciate that. But when you come out here and say, hey, you don't like someone, but you don't know why, that's a problem. And that is what's going on in our country right now. We have so many people that they have issues with things. They have issues with the Republican Party. They have issues with Trump. They have issues with J.D. Vance. They have issues, you know, with conservatives in general. They don't know why. And if you ask them, hey, what's a policy that you dislike? They're like, I don't know nothing about no policy. That's the only thing that you're supposed to be concerned with, sir. This isn't a popularity contest. And so many people go out and they pull a lever, punch a ticket based off of popularity, based off of identity politics, opposed to looking at the policies and saying, you know what, these policies make sense. What the other side is talking about does not. And if I'm one of those kind of people like, yo, If you are a Democrat, if you are someone that supports the left, and you can actually explain why you support them and what you like about them, God bless you. The problem is you have entirely too many low IQ individuals out there, or I don't say low IQ, low information voters out there, or no information voters like this guy. I would assume he went out and voted, probably voted for Kamala Harris, but don't know why. And that's a problem. And that is the biggest issue that we have in this country. Well, one of the issues that we have. Number one issue is that we have people that are registered to vote that just don't show up to vote. I mean, there's too many races out there where you get 10%, 10 to 20% of the actual eligible voters to get out and vote. That is a problem. The other side of it is though that 10 to 20% that gets out and vote, they don't know what the heck they're voting for. It makes absolutely no sense.
And this lie that black people are not safe around white people. Like, yeah, there are white people that are racist, and I understand the Nolan situation, the horrible, and I pray for every day for justice, that if those white kids had anything to do with it, that they are in prison and they go to jail. I don't know if they have anything to do with it. I'm letting the investigation, the private investigation and the police investigation play out to see before I make a determination. But one thing I will say, even if it was those kids, this notion that maybe white people killing black people is like 5% of black deaths. 5%. Maybe not even less than that, probably 0.3%. Most black people that are dying are black on black crime. And I'm not going to sit here. When I grew up in the inner city of Indianapolis, I grew up right by Chicago. And I'm telling you that a lot of those people from Chicago are moving into Indianapolis. And my mama's calling me every day, who still lives there, saying it's a war zone. Black kids getting shot, getting shot getting shot in their car. I know this girl I used to date, her kid got shot in the car. Little baby got killed. They're shooting up funerals. My cousin was at a funeral and it was shot up. I was at the funeral. I've seen, and it was by wasn't by a white person. So this notion that we got to stop, that I'm not going to take part in, is this lie. Right? Because if we continue to perpetuate this lie, it stops us from being able to change as a community. It stops us from being able to grow and actually learn that we have a lot of issues in our community that we can't blame the white man for. But when we are able to deflect and say it's all the white man, we're not safe, then it takes away from the accountability of our own community to realize that I am more afraid as a black man to be around all black area. For instance, I'll give you an example. Me and my wife went to a black block thing. We just went down there to see what the commotion was. We didn't go to dance or anything, but it was a block thing. I felt by my spirit that this was going to be a shooting that was going to happen. All black people, not one white inside. Within 30 minutes, I got out of there. Within 30 minutes, the whole thing was shot up. Gunshots, bam, 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 by our house. I went to a white thing for a campaign event, all white people partying, young people, not one gunshot. You're more likely to get shot by a black person if you're black than you are a white person. And that's the truth.
He ain't lying. I know folks don't want to hear it, but he is not lying. And I'm one of those kind of people, as soon as I see the shenanigans, I'm out of there. I'm one of those kind of people, when the spirit speaks to me, I listen. I've learned my lesson from way back in the day. He is not lying. Listen to, a white mom saying something along those lines, saying the reciprocal of what she's saying, and the outrage that you would hear from people that look just like her. Insane. And the fact that you have a group of men in here that sit there and no pushback. These people have no shame, man. I'm so sick and tired, of the left, man, and these wacky liberals, man. Another one.
We're not teaching our black kids that they should never be the only black person in a group of white people. It is 2026. Are we not teaching our kids that if they are the only black person in a group of white people, their life is in danger? Are we not teaching our kids that they don't have a friend in white people?
I'm just saying, the double standard, man. Seriously, the double standard. They feel like they can just say any old thing and, hey, who gonna check me? Ridiculous.
Bro, you know what I don't understand?
What's up?
Why is it that if a white person says to a black person, I don't like you because you're black, it's racist? But if a black person says to a white person, I don't like you because you're white, they say it's not racist? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
So it's okay for them to not like you because of your skin color, but it's not okay for you to do that to them?
Black people recognize that your child is not white. I'm not finna keep speaking up for young black men who don't even date young black girls. I'm not finna keep speaking up for people, for black women or women in general who have black children and you don't raise them to be black and they think that they're white. Disrespectfully. Disrespectfully. We cannot keep supporting people who allow their children to think that they're equal to white people. Our children are not going to be able to have the same experiences as white kids.
What are we talking about? Are you telling me that you're teaching your children that you are not equal to white kids or Hispanic kids or Asian kids in America? These people hustling backwards, man.
If it's an all-white camp, my kid's not going. We can't keep putting our children in predicaments where they could be harmed. We can't keep doing that. You're sacrificing your children as black people. Why? You should be dating black young girls. If you're a black young man, you date young black girls. If you don't do that, you're a white supremacist to me. Why are you dating a young white girl for? Why is your whole friend group white? I don't care. You need to have black in there somewhere, and if you don't, that means you hate your people. Like on some real
I've had some tough conversations with my parents. Me being a grown man, me being well-traveled, me, having friends of all walks of life from all around the country, honestly, all around the world. And I've had to push back and I've had to have those types of conversations, with my parents and let it be known like, nah, it's not like that. And more times than not, when I have pushed back, they couldn't refute it because they know I'm telling the truth. The problem is you have so many people that are afraid, of being ostracized by the community that they won't actually tell the truth like this young lady is about to do.
The white men don't have to do anything to suppress black people, sweetheart. Black people are doing it all by themselves. Y'all love to try to blame the white man for everything. Let me just tell you, the white man ain't forcing you to go to the liquor store every weekend. The white man not forcing you to go to the club every weekend. The white man not forcing you to drink lean. He not forcing you to pop Percocets. He's not forcing you to have all these illegitimate bastard ass kids. The white man is not forcing you to do none of it. You are willingly participating in this mess of a life. So don't sit in my face and try to tell me what the white man is doing to you. They did it to them. We the product of what they did to them. Now it's up to us to change the way we think, change the way that we eat, change the way that we do things, change the places that we go to, change the people that we're procreating with. Change. But no, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear some shit that's toxic. That's what y'all want to hear.
No, she's right. They don't. Well, a lot of it just has to do with the fact that they do not want to take accountability for their own choices and their own decisions. Every day you wake up, man, you get a chance and a choice. You don't get to choose your consequences. I'm going to keep saying that. Every day that the Lord gives you, you get a chance and a choice. You get free will to do what you want to do. You don't get to choose the consequences, though, whether they are, positive or negative. You don't. You got so many people, jumping out here doing all types of stupidity, and then they want to turn around and blame it on the man. Oh, I'm glad that you have a lot of people like this young lady right here, stepping up and calling it out. And I'm sure she's getting, drugged through the mud out here on these internet streets, because folks don't want to hear the truth. They don't want accountability. They're not interested in that. They're interested in being victims.
And you're a black guy, you might be a big fan of murder because I always hear black guys in music sing about murder. Yeah. Oh, you're a black lady. You might be a slut because I always hear black ladies singing about being sluts. It doesn't mean all. But like you said, if it's what sells, and then at a certain point, white people feel like, well, wait, I'm allowed to say, I don't want that around my kids. I don't want to raise, that's a bad culture. And then black people go, well, it's our culture. And so then white people now are going, well, if it is, then I guess we kind of need a divorce. That's what black fatigue is.
I wouldn't even say it's our culture. I'd say that's the subculture.
No, but it is black culture. But keeping it real,
the mainstream black culture.
That is 100%.
Yeah, that is true.
Mainstream black.
It is a subset, but they've made it mainstream. And the problem is that you have a lot of people that don't live that lifestyle, that don't condone that lifestyle and that behavior and that music, but they are afraid to step up and say something about it. That is the problem.
I think that is 100% black culture. Rap, you think about rap, music is like the peak what shows what the culture is. And it is so derogatory, so bad. Like, whenever a rapper makes a song about murdering someone, and it's not like a pretend thing, like,
this is really going on.
really doing it in real life.
Yeah, some of these folks is doing it. I mean, they're literally, out in places in Chicago and New York talking about they're smoking on, these certain packs that are, named after people that have been, taken out in these cities. I mean, it's crazy.
And then, but we scream Black Lives Matter in the same breath, but then these people are killing and glorifying killing. That's not a problem, but you're offended if someone makes one joke or says the trigger word.
Yeah.
And
it's one thing, like, it's okay. In other words, I get that art, not everything is true. Like Alice Cooper, he'd be decapitated on, or Marilyn Manson, or, you listen to metal, I don't think that Ronnie James Dio was slaying an actual dragon. Like, I get it. But when it's all of the biggest hits and the artists, and it's continuous and it's thrust, and then you're blamed saying, well, I don't really think that's a good culture to have. It's like, well, then what are you, racist? That's where white people are going, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. The sad part about it is that even now, we've had, some elders, come out and speak out against, this Young Miami song, Spin That. And you had people within the community come out and call her everything but a child of God. They've talked about us, like a dog, because we've come out and tried to set a standard and hold people accountable. The problem is that you have so many people out there that are ashamed of nothing, but they are offended by everything. And it is past time that that small subset of people no longer represents the masses. And two, the masses start to call it out and shun it, shun the behavior, shun the language, shun the music. When you hear it, when you see it, don't buy it, don't dance to it, don't purchase it, don't do anything to it. Talk bad about it, talk down to it, and cut the spigot off. Do not give these people the ability to believe that they can continue to make a living spewing and spreading debauchery, wickedness, and ultimately demonic behavior. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Hey, July 31st is the last day that you will be able to get 25% off at the ARP Family merch store. Everything is 25% off. Type in hashtag ARP Family in the coupon code for 25% off. Support what we're doing over here. We appreciate you guys, man. Hey, join us Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.